When the Queen sealed her will, she wasn't just dividing jewels or castles, she was drawing a line between loyalty and betrayal. And when that envelope was finally opened, 3 names were missing. Not by mistake, but by message. Tonight on New Things, we uncover what insiders are whispering about the late Queen Elizabeth's shocking final decisions. Choices that have reportedly left Prince Andrew, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle completely cut off from the royal inheritance. For 70 years, the Queen carried the weight of the crown, a symbol of duty, silence, and self-control. But in her last months, sources say she became more reflective, even emotional. Those closest to her claim she spoke often about legacy, who truly served the crown, and who had damaged it beyond repair. When her will was finalized, the decisions were nothing short of a thunderclap. King Charles received the lion's share, but that wasn't the surprise. It was who didn't receive anything that had courtiers whispering through the palace halls. Let's start with the obvious winner, Kate Middleton. The woman once called a commoner by some royals reportedly became the Queen's quiet favorite. Insiders claim Her Majesty hand-selected over 300 personal jewelry pieces, rings, brooches, tiaras, that were not part of the Crown's official collection, but hers alone. Together, they were said to be worth more than $100 million. These were the jewels she wore not for state duties, but for family dinners, garden walks, and personal occasions. By passing them to Kate, the Queen sent a message that many now call her final blessing. Kate wasn't just the future Queen consort. She was, in the Queen's eyes, the woman who carried her grace forward. And then, there's the other side of that glittering coin. Prince Andrew, once known as the Queen's favourite son, reportedly received little more than her 2 beloved corgis, Muick and Sandy. Sweet as they are, they symbolise something deeper, a gentle goodbye to a son she loved but could no longer defend. After years of scandal and disgrace tied to Jeffrey Epstein, the Queen's patience had quietly run out. Sources suggest she felt heartbreak more than anger, but her decision was clear: no large estates, no secret funds, no jewels. Just the dogs and her silence. For a monarch who ruled through restraint, that silence spoke volumes. And then came the couple that turned Buckingham Palace into a battlefield of headlines, Harry and Meghan. When Harry married Meghan, the Queen welcomed her with open arms. But after the interviews, the Netflix deals, and the memoirs, something changed. Reports say the Queen felt deeply wounded, not by the move to America, but by the public exposure of royal life she had spent decades protecting. When it came time to divide her personal treasures, she made her decision quietly. No diamonds for Meghan. No heirlooms for Harry. Nothing from her private collection. Some say it was harsh. Others believe it was the only way to protect the monarchy she had sworn to uphold. King Charles, of course, inherited the sovereign grant, the heart of royal funding. Through it, he now controls the family's financial future, including who receives what allowance. That power alone cements his control over his siblings. Prince William, meanwhile, inherited the Duchy of Cornwall, a $1.2 billion estate spread across 140,000 acres. That alone ensures William's independence and guarantees his family's financial legacy. Between Charles S. Grant, William's duchy, and Kate's jewels, the future of the monarchy now rests firmly in their hands. So what about Meghan and Harry? Sources say the Queen's decision wasn't meant to punish, but to make a point. In her mind, duty came before personal happiness. Those who served the crown were rewarded. Those who stepped away were left outside the gates. Even now, palace insiders claim Meghan feels the exclusion as a personal insult, while Harry remains torn, caught between the woman he loves and the family that raised him. There are whispers that Kate might one day pass a few jewels to Lilibet, the Queen's great-granddaughter, so the child isn't completely left out. But for Meghan herself, that bridge may already be burned. The late Queen's will, according to those close to her, wasn't written in anger, but in clarity. Every signature, every clause reflected her belief in service and sacrifice. She'd seen the damage that scandal could do to the crown. She knew that reputation, once lost, is rarely regained. Her decisions were her final message: the crown comes first, always. For those who understand the history of this family, the symbolism is unmistakable. Kate is the future, William is the strength, Charles is the guardian, and the rest are reminders of what happens when loyalty wavers. And yet, one question lingers in the air: did the Queen leave a private note? Some insiders claim she wrote letters, sealed, personal messages left for certain family members. What they contain remains unknown. But one can only imagine the words she might have chosen for those who disappointed her, and for those she trusted to carry her legacy forward. So as the palace continues its quiet reshuffling, one truth remains. Queen Elizabeth may have left this world, but her final act continues to shape it. She rewarded loyalty, punished scandal, and in doing so, reminded everyone watching that the crown's true power isn't just in diamonds or titles, it's in who she chose to remember and who she chose to forget. And if this royal storm tells us anything, it's that even after death, the Queen still rules, silently, powerfully, and on her own terms. This story, of course, may be based on reports and opinions, but the emotions it stirs inside the palace walls are very real. Don't forget to subscribe to New Things for more untold royal stories that reveal what really happens behind the velvet curtains of power.